Hi, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day here in England. Late winter. It's really brisk outside, but this is a perfect time to put down some mulch. If you haven't mulched your flower beds outside yet, today's the day to do it. We'll use this bed as an example, and this is a perfect reason to show you why you need to be mulching before the end of winter. I have some plants already starting to push through. I see there's some daylilies here, and there's some tulips coming through, and there's a lot more because this is a perennial bed. So you definitely want to mulch your perennial beds now if you didn't do it sooner. This is one of those last great times to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to get your mulch in around all your plants. I already have some weeds that are starting to come into this bed. Here are some weeds. So we're going to get these out. We're going to take these weeds out, and then we're going to put down some mulch. I'm going to show you what type of mulch I want to use here this year. I want to change it up. I tried something. I used a lot of these chips before, and these chips work okay, but I think bark is going to be a better use. These chips sometimes create a thick mat. A lot of this is broken down. Only the larger pieces are left, which is good, but I want to use that bark. It's going to last a little longer, a little thicker. The great thing about mulching this time of year is that because it's winter and the ground is so soft, we can really get down and get those tubers out, because that's what you need to get out. You want to get this whole thing out of there. And you can kind of really get in there. There are a lot of bulbs in this bed, so I have to kind of be careful. Just go straight down right next to the weed, not go too wide. That one might come back. There are other tools that work a little better for getting these weeds out, but this is what I have to work with today. You'll be able to get all these weeds covered. It'll make it a lot harder for grass and other things, other unsavory, unwanted plants to come through. So you definitely want to get mulched before grass starts to grow, which will happen here in about a month or so. Those are my peonies coming up right there. Beautiful red stems. I'm a huge fan of peonies. I think they are the most beautiful flower. I have grown them extensively. I only have a few here, but they come in wonderful varieties and colors. And if you can pick up some peonies, you should definitely do it. I am a big fan of perennial plants in general. I like to buy a plant and have it come back year after year, which I see that as a great capital investment. I buy it one time, it comes back every year. I don't have to keep buying it. Next year I can spend more money on other plants. Now look, there's nothing wrong with annuals. I tend to grow annuals as well. Marigolds are my favorite annual. But in general, if I can get a good perennial bed going, I am very happy with that. Of course, when you're weeding, you have to be careful. This is not a weed. That's actually a hollyhock. So when I put mulch down, I have to make sure I don't cover that. Again, these are some daylilies, which I don't see as many daylilies in the UK here as I'm familiar with, having grown them in the US. But they are available. They come back every year. That flower only lasts for one day, thus the common name, daylily. Really nice plant. I see a lot of agapanthias in the UK, which is, somewhat similar, but not exactly the same. The growth pattern to a lot of people looks the same or similar. But agapanthias is another wonderful plant. All my agapanthias are indoors right now, but my daylilies, they overwinter very well outdoors. Unfortunately, I'm not doing the best job of getting under all of these. A lot of these are like dandelions. I'm not getting under all of these the best, so some of these will come back and I'll have to take them out again later on, but that's okay. I'm not so much concerned about keeping them out as I am concerned about the bed getting just covered with grass. I'm not using any systemic pesticide herbicides at this time. I try to stay away from that. I think a good bed of mulch will accomplish a lot of what those systemic herbicides can accomplish. So I have mulched this bed a couple times. As you can see, there is mulch here, so I don't have to come down too thick. I have about, look like here on this side, about 2 inches of mulch left. So I just want to come back on top of this with probably about another inch, maybe an inch and a half to top it off. Kind of create that nice bed. This breaks down, it becomes nice soil for the plants. Again, late winter, I'll probably pop these all off. I let these stand, just bugs can use them, but I'll probably pop these off here when I mulch. So I'm a huge proponent for mulch. Every place where you can see dirt, if I don't get this covered, you will see grass there or some other weed growing in later on this year. If you can see dirt in the bed, you know that weeds are coming, or you're gonna have to get grass out of that bed. Witch hazel is such a beautiful plant, especially here in late winter. You get to see these beautiful, beautiful yellow flowers. You don't get to see these at any other time of year. The rest of the year is just a green bush. But right now, this time of year, this plant really shines. Okay, so we're going to get some large landscape bark mulch here. This has a natural color, looks good on our flower beds. This is similar to what I put in before, but you can kind of see it here. This bark is going to last a lot longer. So I want to get mulch that lasts a little longer, has some pieces that break up quicker and some pieces that take a little longer to break up. Something that definitely go through the course of a whole season. Hey, this is also a great time to pick up some dahlia. We're going to do that. So we're going to pick up some cactus dahlia, which has a very unique look. Although the plant is a bit wild looking, the flower blooms are really beautiful. And then we're going to get some ball dahlias, Old English mix here. These are so beautiful. I love that symmetrical look is just really, really impressive. So let's get some of these, 1 pack of these and 1 pack of these. Also think it'd be really cool to add a little bit more agapanthias to my flower beds. So I'm going to pick up here the Alba agapanthias, the black Budapest agapanthias, and a silver arrow. Just kind of mix up those colors. So we're back. I have some mulch here and I have the agapanthias and the dahlias. But I'm going to plant these 3 agapanthias together first, get them in the ground, then start to spread the mulch. I think I want to put the dahlias on the other side of the bed. And so here are the cactus dahlia, and dahlia are really nice. I can tell by the size of these rhizomes, these tubers, that these are not going to be very large this year, but they will grow if you give them time year over year. They'll continue to grow much larger. I think I want to lift these in the fall to give them the opportunity to, get bigger. Just got those in the ground there. I had a couple nice little trench hole, planted those in, so those look really good. Now I have lastly these ball dahlia, which are going to go to the other side of the bed over here and plant them on the other side of the peony. So just going to dig a nice trench here and do a line of these ball dahlia. Plant them pretty close together because I want them to be a bit bunched up, but giving them enough room to spread out and for the roots to grow and expand and not be crowded. So that was pretty easy. Get the dahlias in the ground, to get those agapanthias in the ground. Now let's go ahead and spread the mulch. I'm looking for about 1 inch to 2 inches more of mulch across the whole bed. Okay, so I have a bit of cleanup here to do, but we have a nice 1 inch or 2 of mulch over this whole bed. This is definitely going to get us on the right path for having a beautiful summer bed here. This is my perennial bed, and I love what it looks like in the summer. Of course, I'm not just going to mulch my beds out front. I'm also going to mulch my pots, which are holding some flowers back here. I have some wonderful daffodils planted. These are really pretty, and I love the coloration. Those are special, so I want to plant those in a pot. And then my David Austin roses as well. I'm going to get some mulch around those. A lot of my tulips and daffodils have already come through, so I won't be able to mulch these pots quite as heavily as I would like, which meant that I should have got out here about a month ago and mulched them in a much colder part of the winter. We're heading out of winter now, so I just get as much mulch as I can around these without disturbing the plants that's already come through, pushing through the soil. So this has been a wonderful afternoon, getting some mulch put down in my flower beds and then around my David Austin roses as well. Those are going to look so great come this summer. Hey, if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll keep going to great gardens all around the world. I'd love to have you with me, and I'll continue to do a little bit of gardening around here as well, both indoors and outdoors. Until next time, take care.